The Diamond League is officially back, and up until recently, it was the only legitimate pro circuit that we have in track and field. And Shericka Jackson is a Diamond League champion. To put this in perspective, in 2022, she was the 200-meter Diamond League champion. But in 2023, she swept both the 100 and the 200, and did it on American soil, because that championship was run in America, at the Prefontaine out in Eugene, Oregon. But that was then, and this is now, because aside from winning world championships, Shericka Jackson was the favorite to win the 200, and for that matter to do damage in the 100 at the Olympic Games in Paris for 2024. But a lot of stuff went down, and that did not happen. So coming back from injury, all eyes were on the track for her in her first Diamond League meeting this year. Because yes, she had run other races up until this point, but those races really didn't give us a great indication of who and what form Shericka Jackson was actually in. She wasn't running her standard events, not a 100 or a 200. And this time, she lined up in a field where, if you were looking at the starting list, again, going off of 200-meter expectations, like what these athletes had done in the past, Shericka Jackson was supposed to win, but she didn't. Anavia Battle got the victory. And when I watched the race live, at first, I was shocked because I fully expected that Shericka Jackson was at some point going to catch up to her and maybe edge her out at the line, because she definitely didn't beat her out of the turn. But the more I think about it, I started to consider, who is Anavia Battle and where is she in her career? Because even if you may not know her name, I remember this one. Because she's in the middle of her pro career now. And last year she was on the Diamond League circuit, and I saw her race a whole bunch of times. She was never in the front of the race, I have to point that out. But she was always, for the most part, in the top half. She even made it to a Diamond League final. And this year, she just ran her personal best in the 100. 10.98 seconds at the Tom Jones Memorial. I mean, she just ran it like a week or two ago. So if you factor all that in, she is clearly in some of the best form of her life already at this point in the year. So the fact that she went out and ran fast in a Diamond League meeting like a week or two later isn't all that shocking. The time she put down was 22:41, and Shericka Jackson ran 22.7 high. The rest of the field, I mean, you had Jenna Prandini in third, who ran 22.9 high, and she had just gotten second in the 200 at Grand Slam track in the short sprints division. So she's kind of validating that, hey, the same way she was up in the field there, she was up in the field here. But all of that being said, we all know the times you're going to have to put down in order to be a factor on the world stage later on this year. Because from what I hear in the pro circuit, that is all that really matters. Shericka Jackson has proven she can run those times, and then some. She's the fastest woman in the game this side of FloJo in the 200. It's her event. Not even just her event to lose. It is her event. Nobody has proven that they can beat her when she is at the top of her game. So the real question is, can she get to that level? Because right now, she doesn't appear to be at that level yet. But if you're new here, I want to say thank you for even making it this far into the video. And I'm Coach Rob, the founder of SCArecruiting.com, where I rank the best track and field recruits across the entire nation. And if anything that I say actually connects with you, it is always greatly appreciated if you would please like and subscribe. But if I don't, just let me know in the comment section, because I try to read them all. I get it. I am aware that technically speaking, in this pro-amateur world that we're living in, where what they just did in the Diamond League, which is allegedly a pro race, it's really just a scrimmage. It doesn't mean that much, because Worlds is supposed to be what actually matters. We know Shericka Jackson has the potential to do that, but we got to be clear now about who's actually in the game and who she's going to have to go through to get on top of the podium again. Think of it this way. The two names that went 1 and 2 at the Paris Games without her are the same two names she's going to have to go through again. And we know what form they're in, so allow me to fill you in on that. Gabby Thomas just ran in a long sprints division at the first Grand Slam track meet in Jamaica, no less. And while she was there, she only ran 22.6 in the 200. But that didn't mean anything because she was running against a group of women who had not a prayer of beating her in a 200. She then went out in the 400 and ran a new personal best time that was fast enough to beat the Olympic gold medalist in the 400. Granted, the Olympic silver medalist, Salwa Eid Nasser, she went and did some crazy stuff in the 4. So, hey, it is what it is. She went 48, like 48 mid. Hey, you do you. And that is what it is. But beating Mara Lady Paulino in an open 400, a woman who went undefeated throughout all of 2024, like didn't lose a 400 race for the entire year. That tells you what type of form Gabby Thomas is already in. And she's going to be back on the track next week running in Miramar. So we don't know what she's really going to do. But the other name is the woman who got the Olympic silver medal. And that is Julien Alfred. Because forgetting about what she did in the 100, bringing a gold medal back to St. Lucia, in the 200 this year, she's already put down a brand new world lead of 21.88 seconds. And remember, that was a win legal time. Like there was really nothing messing with that time at all. So that's on the boards. That's legit. And she's letting you know what form she is in. So when you consider that both of those women, when they ran the 200, were in the front of the race, and also have other races on the boards at longer distances that tell us what their fitness level, quote unquote, actually is. Because Julien Alfred ran the 300 against Shericka Jackson, and Shericka Jackson lost. I mean, again, it technically doesn't mean anything, but this is where we're at right now. Something's gonna have to change between now and September. And when I say change, Shericka Jackson's gonna have to catch up to where those women are and figure out how to get ahead of them. We know what her potential is. We know what she's done in the past. I'm not doubting that. So you're asking a lot to get me to pick against Shericka Jackson when it comes to a championship race. But history also tells me that if I'm going with Shericka Jackson at that level, I probably need to see evidence that she is at her best level. And we don't have that just yet. So the Diamond League meeting for the women's 200 in Xiamen, it is over. And it didn't go according to plan. But that doesn't mean we don't have a whole lot to pay attention to. Not just now, but going forward. Because this movie, the women's 200 in the year 2025, is just getting good. In the sport of track and field, race day is honestly the easy part. Because all of the real work gets put in when nobody is watching. When you wear every day is training day gear, you can let the whole world know that your success in competition is not an accident. Order yours at scarecruiting.com/shop or use the link in the description below, and it always comes with free shipping. It's a huge support to me and this channel, so I can continue to make you more content like this. And remember, it is always greatly appreciated if you would please like and subscribe.